Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we're going to rejoice and be glad in it. And so here's Naila Morris, your realtor, serving the legacy experience with eXp Realty, coming your way this morning just to share a little bit of my journey in becoming a realtor. And so I wanted to first start by sharing how did I start the beginning of the process. First and foremost, I never do anything without seeking the Lord first, so placing Him first in all that I do. So that was the first step. The second step was preparing, understanding the why behind becoming a realtor. Why did I want to do this? What was going to be the impact? Who would I serve? Who would I help in the journey? And those questions are important to answer before you do anything, I believe. And the reason why is because when you roll into those tough points within the journey, you have a reason to continue. And so answering those whys will help you to remain in the purpose and remain focused on accomplishing your goals. The second thing is, when you're preparing, you have to plan. And so I had to plan. I had to identify the points in my life that were important, make time for them, but then also identify where I had to lay some stuff to the side in order to prepare. Right? Because preparation included studying. It included a lot of studying, a lot of examination, a lot of concentration so that I could comprehend this subject that I was trying to master at the time. And so planning what was, going to be those sacrifices and communicating accordingly. And then setting aside the time to prepare, setting aside study time. Some days and nights were long, right? And that was okay because, again, I answered the whys in the beginning, so the whys kept me focused. Not to mention I had an amazing prayer team behind me, and so that was, again, prayer changes everything. That was just a blessing. But preparing, studying, putting the time aside. I often hear people say, oh, but I have this and this and this going on. Let me just say, we will do what we want to do if it's important to us, right? We'll make time. And so I had to make time. I had to make time to lock myself in my office and study. I had to put myself on a schedule of the content, completing the content, and when. So giving myself small goals to accomplish the larger goal. And then I had to believe in the gift that God put on the inside of me to come to pass while I was pursuing something that was absolutely so new to me. And so in doing that, it helped me to prepare for the examination for the state of South Carolina and also the national examination. Now, here is what I want to say. I get questions about how did you pass it on the first go round? First and foremost, prayer. Okay. Secondly, I had to focus on creating study guides, right? Creating those guides that were going to continuously remind me of the regulations that govern real estate in the state of South Carolina, and then how to apply them. So sticking close to my study sheets, I used the CE Shop, which was absolutely phenomenal. They have an examination prep guide within their offering, and it was a gem to me. And then I created my own list of regulations. I created my own list of what if questions. So, for a good example, what's the qualifications for a HUD loan, right? That was something that I needed to know. If I have a property that was built in 1974, do I have to give a lead pamphlet to my buyer, right? Those were little questions that were important, and the answer is yes to that. And so those were the study sheets. Those were my cheat sheets that actually I studied at a certain time during the day, often. And then also on the very day of my exam, I took it to my exam site, and I was at my exam site, I want to say an hour and a half early, just to review the content again. So study sheets, making sure that you take the practice exams, studying the results of the practice exams over and over and over again, until it becomes Bible to you, okay? And then taking that content with you when it's time to take the test. I studied up until the moment I couldn't study anymore, and I was walking through the door at the exam site. And so then, sitting down for the exam, here's the other tip that I'll give anybody. Answer all of the questions that you know well, like the back of your hand. The ones that you're not sure of, park those questions and come back to them. Don't forget to come back to them. Come back to them, and then allow them to marinate in your mind for a moment, okay? And identify where you've seen it before within your study guide, okay? And then make a judgment call, right? Make a judgment call. Pray and ask God to give you the answer that you need to score it correctly, and make a judgment call, okay? And then go forward. But make sure that you know your state regulations, you know your federal regulations, and you know how to apply them when you are representing your sellers and your buyers. Put yourself in the seat of a realtor while you are taking the exam and while you are studying. But first and foremost, prayer changes everything. So those are my tips. I hope this encourages anyone who is thinking about pursuing your real estate license in your state or in several states. That's another thing. Always look and see where there is reciprocity, so that way you can sell in multiple states. Okay, so it's Naila Morris, your realtor, serving the legacy experience through eXp Realty. I hope this was helpful for you, and look out for my other videos that are going to be coming as I share more about this journey. Everybody have a blessed and fabulous day.